It hasn't went live yet.
Wave Murray's, first you wanna ride the wave.
Live now.
Yeah, now we are.
Wave Murray's, first you wanna ride the wave. Murray's, wave Murray's, first you wanna ride the wave. Murray's.
Wave Murray's, first you wanna ride a wave. Murray's.
Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome to the Horror Pause Podcast. It's your boy Julian Blaq here with Quarter Order TV with another episode. We are at episode 74, creeping towards that episode 100. We got to do something special for that 100th episode. That's a landmark, a benchmark. Shit, we should have did something special for 50.
For real, we wouldn't think about that shit.
Yeah, I don't know if we have anyone coming. If someone hits us up and wants to join the podcast, what's up, Jazz? Coming in on Instagram. If someone wants to come into the podcast, hit me up. I can send you a link. I could do it on the DMs on Instagram and or Facebook if I have you there. Or you can oh shoot, I forgot about Twitter. I didn't even have the I don't really watch it on Twitter, but yo, Megan, Sunday Troublemakers in the building. Salute.
Salute, Megan, salute. I'm looking at switch that. Let me turn this down. Right. There we go.
All right. Let's get it. What's the first topic you want to get into? We was already having a pretty interesting conversation before we
let's get into this Charlie Kirk dude, because that nigga pissed me all the way off.
Hold on, let me move to the Did I close it? No, I still got it up on TikTok. Yeah, we can't play the audio because of copyright stuff, but this is Charlie Kirk on the
he's celebrating the fact that the Black Lives Matter memorial got mural got destroyed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is my thing with that. Like this is my gripe with it. I don't give a fuck about the Black Lives Matter shit at all. Like the movement, like not the words Black Lives Matter, but the movement, the organization. I don't give a fuck about that shit. And most black people don't, right? Mm-hmm. This my issue with it. Charlie Kirk, this is how it comes off to me, in my opinion. Like Charlie Kirk feels like he got one up on the black community. We don't really give a fuck, nigga. We didn't budge when they got rid of the what's the affirmative action. We didn't budge. Cause you notice that we didn't budge because we wasn't benefiting off that shit anyway. So we didn't budge when they got rid of it. The same way we didn't really make a budge about this either. You notice people ain't saying shit about that. Nobody cares. If you ask most black people on the ground, they gonna tell you Black Lives Matter, the organization, was a scam.
Well, I always, hey, shout out Chris Chaos in the building. Hey, Megan.
Salute, Chris Chaos. Salute.
I always told people this, like, it seemed to be Black Lives Matter was only Black Lives in name only. It was a more of an LGBTQ queer organization.
Yeah, it got it got what they call that shit. The movement got infiltrated by the LG. It got infiltrated by the LGBTQ for real. That's what happened.
It was founded by LGBT.
No. The cat. It got infiltrated by it started with them dudes. Rest in peace to our brother Darren Sills out of Ferguson.
Oh, he's the one that started it?
I ain't gonna say he started it, but when Mike Brown died and the brothers and sisters in Ferguson was turning up, that's where the Black Lives Matter the shit started from.
Yeah.
And it didn't start off no LGBT, because if you go do the research on it. Okay. When them brothers and sisters was on the ground fighting, all of a sudden there's videos of it too. They started complaining about like, who is all these weird people just popping up out of nowhere, all these LGBT. Then it got infiltrated by the LGBT. No disrespect, but it did.
Unpopular opinion, the movement name behind it created more of a divide than good than it was being pushed. A few apples spoiled the batch.
The shit got infiltrated. It wasn't even. It basically turned it into a. That's why everybody started scamming. Who was all these people? Who was these people?
The two lesbians that were running it for the longest. Are they still running? But there was the white dude that was running it too, right?
I don't know who was running it, but the people that did them people infiltrated that movement and started scamming. Order was in. in a red, green, and black cup. Is it different water or the same water? What I'm saying is we all different cups in the same. Yeah.
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 Same water day. We all stand together.
I'm just saying this though. That shit got infiltrated 100% by the LGBT. That's why it turned goofy like that. Nobody on the ground got no money. Where'd all the money go?
Well, they I know that they bought like a mansion for a getaway for trans therapy. They bought a
But
bunch.
how? Nobody trans got killed nowhere. This shit ain't had nothing to
They
do with
did.
no trans, but that's what I'm saying. The shit got infiltrated and they turned it to a big ass scam. Like that's but to make my point about Charlie Kirk, I don't like the way it to me it comes off like Charlie Kirk think he got one up on the black community. Charlie Kirk, if you ever see this or any one of your minions see this, we don't really give a fuck, my nigga. We don't really care. We over here struggling.
I had a friend stop talking to me because they're like, "You support Black Lives Matter?" Not the organization. No. I ain't donating a dime. I'm not going to no marches.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing any of that stuff because I don't see
Darren, the dude Darren Sills has smacked. What's the D-Ray McKesson? He has smacked him up out there, like from what I hear. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So
hold on, let me look up.
They infiltrated that whole movement and turned it into some LGBTQ shit. That's what happened. Like they kind of try to do that too with the FBA shit too, but it's not really happening.
What exactly?
That's what happened with ADOS.
What is that?
ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves.
Oh wow!
Now it's a lady named, what's her name? What's this lady name? She be popping up every now and then. She a real butchy lady with like light skin. I forgot her name.
This dude, Mr. Seals was from Ferguson.
That's what I'm telling you. Yes, he's from out there. Yes.
Darren Seals Jr. May 15th, 87 to September 6th, 16. What got him?
They killed him. Rest
Ooh.
in peace to that brother, man. Rest in peace. Somebody
brother.
killed him out there. Yeah.
Was an American racial justice, anti-police brutality, anti-gun violence activist from Ferguson, Missouri. He worked on assembling a line at General Motors. He worked on the assembly line at General Motors. On September 16th, he was found shot dead in a burning car.
Right.
St. Louis City police are investigating his death as a homicide. They have not publicly identified suspects or motives.
Of course not, because he was standing on business.
But rest in peace, sir.
Darren Sills was standing on business. Rest in peace to Darren Sills. That's what I'm saying. Like, so when people be like, "Oh, them people started it," no, they didn't. They stole. They went and, like after people was already saying it. They the ones that probably went and copyrighted it or whatever. That's what happened. Like,
oh, like the I ain't even mention that. Never mind. I don't want to get in that shit.
Yeah, but like a whole bunch of shit, basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a whole bunch of stuff that's what happened. But yeah, salute to Darren. Rest in peace to Darren Sills. He was standing on business. That's what really happened with the Black Lives Matter stuff. Because at first it was until it got like infiltrated. They was just standing on business. Wasn't nobody making no money.
See, and now here's what they did. They basically, and this is what I kept seeing. I didn't know for a fact. I didn't do the research. If you look up on Google the founders, they show those lesbian ladies.
Of course.
Yeah. Her name's Alicia Garza, Patricia Culler, and Opal Tometti.
Yeah, because if you run and go copyright something before everybody go do it, they gonna say you founded it.
And they said they started it allegedly in 2013. It was founded.
Yeah, right. So it got started before what's her name?
Before
Ferguson. That wasn't like 15, something like that. That shit happened. Mike Brown. When did Mike Brown die?
I'm looking at it now. On August 14th, 18-year-old Michael Brown was shot. 2014.
Somehow y'all had Black Lives Matter before. Get the fuck out of here, man. Them people be agents. That's why I don't like that. I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna say this because I don't really give a fuck. Them people on that Democratic side need to be watched. They dangerous. Dog, if you notice, every time somebody got a problem with somebody that's on that left leaning side, they end up dying.
That are completely canceled. You're
For real, like, but the canceling is the least of your worries. For real, like,
I
we
mean,
could go back. We could go back to Abe Lincoln.
yeah.
Niggas want to get freaky with it. Like, what is we talking about? They shot Ronald Reagan. Not them, but somebody shot Ronald Reagan too.
Well, you know what it
Donald
was
Trump.
too?
They had a problem with John F. Kennedy too when he got shot too.
Yeah, John wasn't following. He wasn't towing the line. He wouldn't start wars. He wouldn't go into Vietnam. He wasn't going with the old fogies and the war machines wanted.
That shit need that might need to be looked into. I ain't gonna front.
Oh, they talking about it. That's why that's one of the big things the current commander in chief ran on was unclassifying the rest of those things. Because you know what I'm saying, he already got 2 attempts and they still kept talking reckless. After someone tried to get him twice, she still, like, Kamala still, that was her main talking point.
Man, that shit
needs kept to be talking reckless. They stopped for a day or two.
They only really stopped after he got in the office. Now they acting scary now, like they waiting on something to happen to them. Like that's what they doing. They sitting around trying to brace for something. Like,
if he gonna flip the script and start having lawfare against them, have them coming after them and create. But I don't think that to that extent they can. I was outside Friday night in the College Park, Maryland, and some cute little stud tried to fight me and went in for a push. And she fell backwards and talked her shit as she left.
Man, I'm
you
telling
you. You a big boy. What do you like? You 6'4"? Chris?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, to be honest with you, bro. That needs to be seriously looked into.
Oh, definitely.
Every time somebody got an issue with them people on that left side, they end up getting shot in the head or some crazy shit. And they be making examples out of certain people too. They shoot certain people in front of a lot of people too.
6'4", 330. So ladies, you got a lot of Latino there.
That's a big nigga.
A lot of Latino girls. Yeah, and Chris Chaos's DMs are open for all the nudies.
But that's all I want to say about Charlie Kirk. Let me say this too. To make a little segue, have you been noticing like how like everybody's trying to, like, for some strange reason they trying to piss off black people?
It seems like a lot of shit's been going down.
And ain't nothing happening to us. Ain't nobody doing nothing to us. We ain't nothing happening to us. Ain't nobody doing shit to us. But for some reason they keep trying to drag us into everybody else shit. Like,
oh, it's my affiliate anniversary. Really? Bree, thank you for calling that out. I didn't even think. Shout out to Bree.
Salute.
Hey, she's one of my internet daughters. She's a broadcaster on Twitch too. It just.
But what you think that is, bro?
I don't know. They kind of want to get us in the battle because the biggest thing was when they portrayed this young lady that was running for president as one of us, and then we didn't fall for that. At least none of us that really knew what was going on did. There's unfortunately a lot of
but see, you know, it's the trick back. I looked at the real numbers. You know what the real numbers is, bro? I'm about to fuck your head up. You know what the real numbers is?
Okay.
They said she got 80% of the black woman vote, right? And like 70% of the black man vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's of the people that voted. You know, they expected, it's like 43 million of us. They said they expected 34 million of us to vote. 17 million of us voted. So she got 8. So look, right? So she got 80% of that. So the other people that didn't vote, that's why you lost. Half of the niggas didn't vote.
Hold on.
That's why you lost.
Yeah.
That's why you lost.
Well, you know what it is
when
too.
They be like, oh, she still got 80 something shit. Yeah, 80 of the people that voted. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but I think one of the main problems too. One of the main problems too is that they tried to what's the word I'm looking for? They tried to like rally us that Obama chastised black men, and a lot of I don't know any. Well, I do know some black men that did vote, claim they vote for. I know a lot of black men that this didn't vote at all.
Me too.
Because they definitely weren't going to vote for her if they did vote.
I don't trust Trump and them neither, like for real, because I feel like his base, his real base, is a lot of them right wing white supremacists. So he gonna do shit. He gonna do certain shit to cater to them. That's why I don't trust them. Because even I'm gonna show you what they doing now. Because the leftists is so ridiculous with they talking points. Now the right wing niggas is starting to do ridiculous shit too. Like, oh, because you lied about this, ain't no racism. They doing goofy shit like that. So they starting to do that. I don't trust this side. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What politicians don't realize is the rest of us are trying to survive and pay bills. We basically sleepy or tired half the time, and we don't vote because we busy working or sleeping.
That's a fact. Probably mad people came out to vote to get this to get Joe Biden out of office though.
Well, you know what it was too is that like, and this is proof of the pudding. I had a lot of conversations with people, and I've actually come to the conclusion that I'm no longer going to really hold those conversations, especially if I know someone's emotionally
unless it's on camera.
Fact. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give them a chance. I'm gonna give them the talking point. They can do all their research and they can come and discuss it. And if they still want to hold that point, but they just gotta understand, if they come on camera, we're not taking it down just because you had a shitty broadcast.
And if you come up here talking crazy, we gonna fact check the shit.
Yeah.
So come up here saying some goofy ass shit like Trump was about to do this and do that. We fact checking shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Trump supporter. I just don't like lies. I feel like the Democrats do way too much lying, and they do too much way too much trickery, trying to get us mad, trying to get us to fight for all these other people. Like, get up out of here.
Here's my situation. I correct people when they try to blame Trump for shit that wasn't his. Then I corrected them. Even with Biden, I had to correct him on certain things that I felt was, in my opinion, it wasn't his fault.
What?
Certain other things.
What wasn't that nigga fault?
There wasn't much I could fight for him for. But
everything was that nigga fault. Everything that's damn near messed up right now. everything that's messed up right now is that man's fault. I don't care what nobody.
You talking to the ladies, and if you don't bring snacks, I'm gonna check your ass. You talking about but no. Like the border being wide open as it was, that definitely was that administration's fault.
Right.
I tried to explain to people
that led to damn near every other issue we got right now.
And even with this, the dude that was the boss, Mayorkas. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying this shit. I watched him on an open mic presenting the press, tell these people to come, but don't come yet. We're trying to figure out a way to humanely, and that was all they needed to hear. And these mugs was flowing across the border nonstop. CNN went down to the border last week, right? Couldn't even find a migrant in an area that had 30,000 niggas last year this time. 40,000 niggas went in a run of a day last year this time.
Now look at this story that I heard. It's somewhere they said Nebraska is about to go bankrupt because the mass deportations. Now the illegals are scared to come out and work the farms, right? Now this is my whole thing, right? This is my whole shit. If y'all had so much illegals farming in Nebraska, why y'all just didn't send all the motherfuckers to where y'all at?
Okay,
why y'all got them in our cities, flooding our cities? Like, what sense do that make?
That's because the people that came in were being flooded to us. The migrants that were coming in were not farm workers. Exactly. They were coming in to get some free shit. Exactly. But here's the deal. Even in the law, ICE don't go on farms hunting for people. They can't. They're not supposed to. They got that shit. The farmers' lobbyists got that shit written into the law.
You could look that shit up. That shit made the news. That they said
Yeah,
Nebraska.
no. I'm not testing what you said. I'm saying,
Uh-huh.
but that's probably true that they're not coming. But even so, the fucking ICE doesn't do. They do worksite enforcement. They don't go on the farmland.
You know what else I thought? You know what else
Mhm.
came to mind when I thought too? I thought niggas supposed to be lazy. Why y'all don't farm your own fucking land?
Well, you know what it is I mean, you got to think about it. You are one man and you own 80,000 acres, and
Go hire the people from your town.
you should. And then when
Y'all
they do
shut out. This the problem. This the problem. Y'all shut black people out of certain industries for so long and try to confuse, make us. It'll be. I guarantee you could grab 100 niggas from the projects and teach them how to farm, and they'll go do it if you pay them for
sometimes
real.
feel like this one dude that they did worksite enforcement and cleared out all the farms from where he was, not farms but factories of all illegals, and he was able to get a first job for the first time. And he was
A
like,
lot
and
of
this was
people is
recently,
a lot of people is lining up to go get them jobs
Yeah.
that the illegals was having. Like, so let people go get them jobs. Stop complaining and crying. Go. What you need to do is look, Nebraska. If this is true, what they saying on the news about y'all about to go bankrupt, y'all go out and go hire some people, man. Go hire the people in your town that's legally there. Like that ain't working. Go to the unemployment offices and go hire some people, man. Fuck.
Yo, see, so how about them topless Nazi ladies in that video? I was like, well, they done lost their minds over there. Yo, that was funny because I just saw that video earlier, and if it wasn't for the fact that there was titties out, I would have played the video. Or if I could have found an edited version where they blowed out the boobs.
Yeah.
Because it was the first time in my 50 years I ever saw some titties, and I felt sad for seeing them. Ever since they stopped putting them on the cover of National Geographic, them little indigenous titties they used to put on National Geographic, they never excited me even as a kid. I was like, ugh.
It's like poverty.
Them poor titties are not happy.
I can't, man. Look, man.
I want to see some.
I feel like everybody just need to stay in their homelands for a little while. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the thing. Everybody migrates to everybody's country, and everybody want to live near the water. It's mad open land in the middle of everybody countries.
I mean, I can't even argue with that. That is exactly what it is. Like,
I'm going in the middle, bro. When I get my money up, I watch. What? I swear to God, I'm going in the middle. Yep. They
like fucking with Putin all the time.
Yeah, I'm going in the middle. I'm going in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna buy me some land. I'm gonna get a house, a nice size house built in the middle of nowhere.
You know what you got to do, like Boosie Badass did, have a whole community of your kids and your grandkids.
He in Georgia. I ain't doing that shit in Georgia.
No, you could do it out wherever you go. Just have a community, bring your kids and shit with your grandkids and shit.
Like right in like the super Midwest, like somewhere nobody don't go, like motherfucking South Dakota.
See, that's what I was
like that.
I was thinking too, like even when my daughters start having grandkids and shit, and I'll be retired. I said, I'm not gonna be no living babysitter, but I will help out babysitting my grandkids. I'll be happy. But just understand, I'm not gonna be no disciplinarian. As long as they respectful, they probably gonna get most of what they want.
Facts. I ain't doing none of that. My discipline days is over. Like, they gonna be running around doing whatever the fuck they want. Ice cream, cookies, 3 a.m, that type shit.
Yo, Willie D was doing that with Nene, man.
I'm doing that. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be that.
Yo, she wouldn't eat her dinner, right? And she picked at it and went to bed. I come upstairs. I put her in bed at 8. I come upstairs at 10 o'clock at night. She at the table with a big bowl of vanilla ice cream.
I ain't going front. I was kind of loose with my kids too. Like I wasn't one of them parents. Like as long as my kids do good in school, they can stay up late as they want. And now I don't even really care about none of that.
When she got older, she was really good at getting up on her own. So I never made her a bedtime. She never had a bedtime. Nene always was good at going to bed and getting up. She was always on time. She would wake me up to take her to school. What did Chris say?
Hit them with that. Nah, be somewhere where they can see for real. When they start getting big, you just need to see them.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, I got to shout out who it was. Sinbad had a joke he did to bring up Sinbad. Sinbad said, he's like, man, I ain't trying to, the grandparents don't be trying to whoop them grandkids. Like, well, come on, don't you put your hands on that baby.
Nah, I ain't whipping no whooping is out.
I know they burnt the kitchen, but look how evenly it's burned. Nobody set a fire like my grandbaby. Look how evenly the kitchen's burned. Nobody could have burnt it better than my grandbaby.
That whooping. If you think I'm whooping them, you brought them to the wrong house.
I'm done whooping kids. Period.
I never whooped my own kids, so I don't really. To me, that shit don't work. I don't believe in the whooping shit. That shit really come from slavery. Like that's where we got that shit from, nigga. That shit whooping is discipline don't work.
I can't say that was my go-to most of the time. Punishing and taking shit work. I could count on one hand how many times I had to.
Yeah, if you take all they, because really when you whooping them, you just whooping them out of anger. When you take all they shit, that's really. I'm talking about all they shit too. Like no TV, no nothing. Like living like a savage. Like
from being a kid that was spanked a lot, I refuse to spank if I'm mad. I tell them go sit down, and then we discuss it. And then even after a while, by the time I calm down, sometimes it's not even a spankable situation. I'll just take shit away. But I just hate repeating myself. But the girls, I was an idiot as a child. The girls, my daughter's way smarter than me. So here's one of two things. Either they learn to stop getting caught or they stop doing it.
Right. What I'm saying.
They learn how to stop getting caught. Like they be telling me shit they did that I never caught them doing. Now they grown. I can't do nothing about it.
Yeah,
They used to have, huh?
Yeah.
They used to have flower fights. And I remember one time I came home and the house was like, mate, I said, May didn't clean this shit up. This shit look neat. Then I looked around and I moved something and there's some white shit around it. I said, what's that? And when the kids go, oh, that's nothing, Dad. That's nothing, and brush it. And then it was like, yeah, we was having a flower fight. We had to clean that shit up before y'all got home.
Like to me, even that, right? To me, if they'd have told me, I would have shrugged that shit off. As long as I ain't see that shit, y'all cleaned that shit up. That's on y'all.
Oh yeah, I mean they was grown now too. I don't care.
Man, I don't even be caring when they little, man. I'm telling you, like as long as you clean that shit up and all that, I be loose on my kids. Man, I let my kids be kids, man. You feel what I'm saying?
You got it though.
Yeah, they ain't bad getting it. I was terrible.
Yeah, I wasn't that bad. Now I got bad when I got older and moved and was doing goofy shit. But even then, I still wasn't that bad.
Yeah, man, I was getting kicked out of schools, all kind of shit. Like, so I
remember.
You know what I'm saying? so my kids is straight. Like, I can't be tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I remember. I got to shout out Miss Kakuza, who was my I think that was her name. She was my guidance counselor in Central High School in Bridgeport.
Mm-hmm.
When I showed up there the first day, and I thought I was in Central Magnet, but they didn't have a slot for me, so they mainstreamed me in Central Magnet, but I was in regular Central. And I showed up to her office. She goes, Julius Clinton, did you have a relative or father named Julius? Yeah, that was my dad. Let's just hope the apple falls far from the tree. I told Pops that story. Pops was like, man, she wasn't lying. I was an asshole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She had to process him to get expelled from that school. He got kicked out of Central.
Man, I got kicked out of Hardin. So shit, nigga.
You got kicked out of Hardin?
Hell yeah.
You got kicked out of more than one school?
I got kicked out of Hardin. I got kicked out of Hardin when I was 15 because I caught a crack charge. That's what I'm saying. My kids is angels to me. I caught a drug charge when I was 15, so they kicked me out of school for that. I went to an alternative school for like a year and a half. Then I went back to Hardin and got kicked out again. I got kicked out of Look, I got kicked out of Kobe. I was in Kobe. I was in Kobe for like 2 months. Got kicked out of there. I went to Hardin. When I went back to Hardin, I went to Hardin for like December, January. By February, I went to jail and got kicked out of Hardin.
Wow.
So I went to juvenile, got out. When I got out of juvenile, I went to alternative school, and then I got back in Hardin after a year and a half, and then I ended up getting kicked out of Hardin again.
You know what's crazy? Even with all that kicking out of school, like all that, what's up, Kay? What's up? King Julie in the building, coming in hot from Twitch.
Salute.
Even with you doing all that crazy shit, you was always the most chill,
Yeah, I never
mellow.
wasn't. Yeah, I was a bad
must
kid, but
go,
I wasn't no hyped up bad kid. Like, I was
you
a
went
bad
through.
kid that could be around adults. Adults wouldn't be like, man, get that little nigga the fuck. I wasn't never that kid. Like, yeah,
That's why,
nah.
like, even though you was probably a little young to be hanging with us going to New York, it was
Wait, I was like 13,
yeah.
14 years old. I
But
was
you
way
was
too
that
young.
nigga though. We always had fun. And if I went there without you, yo, where's Rel?
Fact. Fact. Yeah, for real.
Where's Callie?
Yeah,
Oh,
for real.
So I said, yo, and plus I'd much rather you hang with me instead of being out there to get into God knows what.
Yeah,
I just prefer you.
I was still getting into God knows what. For real. That shit is crazy. But shit, that's why I say my kids is angels compared to me. I'm telling you. I was terrible.
I could say the same for mine.
Yeah, I was terrible, nigga.
He said I would have pretended to be asleep, and then the teachers would leave or whatever, and I steal their money, and then go find out about the Georgia Blue hang out with the crew in the woods.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yo, there was cats that would come, like when I was in Central, there was cats that would skip class. And they always had 40 ounces and weed. They would just hang out in the woods near Central. They had a spot they used to chill at. And I went there one time because I never really skipped too much because I didn't want to get in trouble.
What?
So I skipped and went. I was like, yo, y'all be doing this all the time. All the time. We do it almost every day.
Shit, I remember one time this corner store on the corner of Central Ave and Boston Ave, right across the street from Hardin. Old English truck pulled up in front of that shit, and there used to be this nigga named Tone that used to live like 2 houses down from the store. So with the dude delivering the Old English, niggas took 2 cases of OE out the truck and brung them in the house. Niggas had 2 40s out there. We was kids, like
wow,
drunk off Old English, like nasty. That's the last time I drunk beer too, like that for real.
You know what was funny? I remember doing this shit because the Arabs would never check ID and they would let people buy. Remember, I used to
They
send
still,
you.
They still do that shit. They still do that shit.
But they stopped doing it. They stopped selling it to you after a while. And
Where?
then I'm the one on the corner of Boston Ave and what's the street there across in front of Hardin?
Exeter, that Ogden Extension shit.
Or the front of Hardin. Is that
yeah,
Ogden?
the one that's down the street, that's down that hill?
Yeah, down the street from yeah, not that one, but the other one on the main corner, like from Boston Ave.
You talking about Sheridan Street?
I think so.
Nah, hell, Vic and them ain't never ID for no blunts. I know Vic and them personally.
You got
probably that store right around the corner from your grandfather's house, maybe, because that was a Poppy store. That wasn't no Arabs though. Like Poppy and them at ID. Yeah, the Poppy stores are ID, but the Arab stores ain't. Man, them niggas will sell beer and all that shit to kids when we was coming up. Like,
Mom's found out I was cutting class for the whole month, but I stood on business and told her I got this after she whooped my ass.
I went to summer school and made all my credit up. Yeah, you guys asked for he was big. Nigga, Wild Dukes was not playing.
And you know what's funny is he probably was the height he is now back then when his mother
nigga was big as hell. Even he wasn't. Yeah, he had to be close to 6'3". He was big as hell.
To celebrate the crew we got.
Yeah, Wild Dukes was not playing. That shit funny as hell. He's big as hell.
Yo, Chris, you definitely got to do some open mics, bro. We gotta, me and you we gonna work it out together. We get some material. I'll do an open mic with you because he's a funny dude. You just gotta portray it on stage, and ain't nobody gonna talk shit to him because he's big.
That nigga's big. Most big niggas is funny though. I ain't gonna front.
That's true. Like what's Dave boy that came in here?
Snipes.
That Benny Bueno shit was
that shit is hilarious to me. Like Benny I don't Bueno give a fuck. That shit funny as hell.
Couldn't stay up though.
Man, that shit funny as hell. Like Benny Bueno. It's Snipes. Salute to Snipes.
Yeah, shout out to Snipes. I think they got a show coming up too. I should have had that shit prepped.
Probably.
Hold up. I'm gonna grab it
I
on
think I
Fight.
had seen that shit too. He had sent me the flyer for that shit.
He didn't send me this file. I just saw him posting it. Hold up. Actually, I'm gonna send it. I do have it on my phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go whip shopping this week. Go buy me a whip.
What you thinking about getting?
The one of BMWs, the 330.
See, I was thinking about getting a Toyota though. Right, I thought I saved that flyer. I didn't.
Like a truck. You want a truck or something? 'Cause I
I was
know you
gonna
like
get a
trucks and
Tundra.
shit, like a Tundra. I figured
I
that.
want to
Like
get a
the
Tundra.
Tundras is fire though. Like I
But
like them shits.
or if I find a Tacoma that's a hybrid, that's gas.
You know why I don't like all them. That's why I don't like them big ass trucks. Them shits is gas guzzling, motherfuckers. The 330 is good on gas and the engine is reliable type shit.
Yeah. Well, you know what they did? They did some shit. You got to buy an older truck. They did some regulatory federal shit where they forced them to put some shit on the engines where the engines are breaking. They're not good anymore. They're only 6 cylinders. They don't do 8 cylinders anymore. They're doing weird shit that they were forced to do by the federal government. So you got to try, or if you get a model that has this restriction on it, you got to try to get a mechanic to turn it off.
So what? That was that shit where they was trying to get everybody to switch to the electric car shit.
Well, no. It was basically they wanted the trucks to be more efficient, so it only fires a certain amount of cylinders, and they haven't had the technology is whatever technology they use to fire those certain amount of cylinders overworks the engine and makes them break.
My whole thing is why is the government getting involved in that?
Yes,
What
that's
the
what
fuck?
I'm saying. They do.
Them niggas goofy as hell. Nigga, let them niggas sell them V8 engines, nigga, if they want. It ain't gonna be like a million people with pickup trucks with V8 engines. Like, you know what I'm saying? Got to a fight one time at a key food at the deli, and I grabbed the hard Jania salami and beat the shit out of this dude, and I was mad because I wanted to eat it, but if I did, I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have had a weapon. That shit nutty, nigga. What? But yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Oh shit, I didn't know. Did Mary J. Blige's husband get spousal support from her ass?
Yeah, hell yeah.
They said when Mary J. Blige divorced Kendu Isaacs after 13 years of marriage, he requested $130,000 a month spousal support, and they said that's crazy. Here's what he got. Hold on, let me open this hoe up.
You know what's crazy? I feel like that's some real sucker shit. Even though I know it'd be like, you know how some niggas be celebrating that, like, oh, it's niggas. I don't celebrate. I just feel like that's some sucker shit. Like, I don't just let that lady. She been had her money. That's some scamming ass shit. Like, let that lady.
He was with her for 13 years, but that's
so
still
what?
crazy.
Yeah, so what?
I wouldn't have done it, but he did it. But here's what he got. He got $1,000 for clothing. He got $3,200 for a personal trainer. He got $5,000 for child support. He got $5,000 for his parents.
He got time out. He don't got no kids by her.
He got kids, probably external.
So she giving him money. He's a bitch, nigga. What is that?
I mean,
that's goofy. Like I ain't with that. Like I don't care how they be. You know how niggas be like all good because women always getting over. I don't care. That shit is still goofy.
That cat, he got $8,000 for a private chef, $21,677 for charities, $71,000 for mortgages. $71,000
all of that shit crazy, but him getting child support for his other kids that she don't even got no kids is the most asinine shit I ever heard.
He was accustomed to. Hold up, I don't even know if they had kids. I'm speaking out of turn. Let me look.
Mary don't got no kids, my nigga.
Oh, she don't have any?
No.
What's she doing with that uterus? It's too old now. The eggs expired.
She is Mary like 50.
Oh, Zen.
Man.
Yo,
Mary
Zen's up in here. What's up?
Mary J. Blige hit me up. I'll make you hit them hot. Oh, man.
What's up,
What's up?
What's up? Sorry, I'm gonna let you go.
Hey, you sound like you want to walkie-talkie.
You walkie-talkie in it. Salute
you
to
got,
Mary J. Blige, man, because that's fucked up. Like,
that is messed up. But I mean, oh, you crystal clear now. You
You
sound
good now.
extra radio voicey now. How about now, sir?
Crazy,
Hey,
man.
sorry I'm late, y'all.
Nah, you good. You good.
I didn't think you was coming, man. I hope everything's okay, big dog. I don't know. I ain't gonna put your business out there.
Oh no, I'm cool with it. Yeah, no. I got all the paperwork worked out. We all good now.
Okay.
So it's cool. It's chill.
Just say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
My boy took her to the cleaners, man. But this is a normal.
But is it a one payment thing? Like,
I don't know. It doesn't say additional costs for legal fee. Oh, she had to pay for his lawyers too.
Yeah, I figured that. You know that she getting treated like the man in this scenario.
Now here's the deal. If any of you folks ever come into money, right, and you marrying a chick and you're doing a prenup with her, you need to give her the money to hire her own counsel to represent her and review the prenup for her. If you don't do that, these chicks have been going back to court saying they've signed it under duress, and the judges have been not honoring the prenups and let them go. That's what happened to Dre.
You know what you got to do? Go to the Notary Republic, bitch. I'm about to have a whole notary right here while you sign this. We about to have a witness, so it ain't gonna be no duress and none of that.
You got the only way to prove it wasn't under duress was to have an attorney that's not connected to you review it for her, an advisor. That's the only way. A notary.
That should make it be like, damn, if you got money, why the fuck you getting married? Like,
see, but the thing about that, right? Go back to what you said. You have to pay for her lawyer and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. At that point, when you pay for him, you're then connected to him.
That is true.
So
if you give her the money to pay,
you got to give her the money to pay for it. And then this the thing, right? Hold on. And then this the thing. So you gonna pay her to pay a lawyer to take some of your money.
Exactly.
But you paying her to pay a lawyer to make sure she can't take all of your money. In a prenup, she's going to be allotted something. Yo, who hit us with this thumbs up over here? Let me see who that is over here. Yo, Hudson in the building.
Nice. And welcome in, Hudson. Hey, no, what I was thinking, right, for that situation, what I would say to do, right, in all reality, is to have your lawyer present. Say, this is a paper that shows that you're signing this, that you will find your own lawyer to sign the prenup.
That probably is the best route. Yeah.
So that way you have a signature saying she's going to find a lawyer before signing the prenup. And if she signs the prenup, then anything after that is null and void.
Now, that's my thing, right? Knowing all of that, why the fuck would you get married? Like, if you got money, like that shit is like, damn, if I got money, it's like I ain't even getting married. Like,
yo, you know what's crazy is I've been seeing this happening to dudes with bread. There's been and they've all been doing it. They've been freezing semen, and they've been getting vasectomies. So no girl could trap them.
That shit. But look how diabolical and strategic shit is getting like out here. Like, come on, man.
Was that real that Drake put hot sauce in a condom?
Yeah, I think she sued him after that. Yeah.
She was trying to get that baby batter at all costs.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how downtrodden is these hoes? Like,
man, you think about it. They coming from nothing. They got no bread.
But so we all is coming from nothing. Like, it's certain shit that
no bread.
Come on, my nigga. Like,
see, there's a certain phrase I like for women like that, though. It's called gold digger.
Well, that shit, like, that's beyond gold digger.
Nah,
we need a new word for that. We need a new word. If you taking somebody condom and trying to stuff the shit inside of you after, that's some different shit.
Because what if that mug got HIV? You don't know that.
Right.
No,
like
that's called crazy. That's the word for it.
Man.
Hey, but you can't not to be one of those men, right? But at the same time, you can't just blame men nowadays either, or women nowadays either. Because you got these men out here that are out here just cheating for no reason. They got a perfect woman, someone that's loyal, they ain't fucking around, and you got some men that'll just fuck it all up.
See, my granddaddy had a saying. My granddaddy had a saying about that. He was saying that if if a man has options and he chooses not to exercise them, that's an honorable man. But if ain't no woman trying to holler at you and you don't cheat, that's not really honorable. You got no options. My granddad said, I always exercise my options. Ain't nobody ever gonna blame me for being honorable. But the thing about him was he treated every woman like a queen.
Yeah.
He every single woman he did.
He was a real old school man.
He was old school. You couldn't talk about a woman in a weird way. Like I remember one time I made the mistake of saying I used to mess with this girl. And it was like, mess? Man, you don't mess with a woman. You have relations. You have a relationship with a woman. You mess yourself if you shit your pants.
Damn.
I'm a traditional, like my father before me. Hold on, let me pop him up. He said, I'm just like my father before me and just hit it raw. Once they say they pregnant, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the store. Dude, some lady got arrested because the dude had money. The dude had money, died, and the mortician had sex with a dead body and got pregnant. Being that is the next of kin, she got the money for the family. Yo, I did read a story about that, but the one I read was it was fake. The chick didn't get knocked up.
But I'm saying just the idea that what kind of societies we in that people even thinking about doing that shit. Like I like money just like the next person, right? This the thing. If you work, right, and you do the right things with your money, eventually you'll have some type of money where you'll be able to buy at least a little something that you want to buy. Like you ain't gonna be broke forever. Like I don't get that shit doing diabolical shit over no money, dog. I don't get it. Like
I had a here's the deal. I was telling somebody, I've met a lot of people and I talk to a lot of people over the internet. I have some people who go through shit and there's a rough time. Everybody's gonna have a rough time. But sometimes if you consistently make bad decisions, your time never gets better. You never have a reprieve. It's just rough. And some people just roll the dice wrong. They just keep getting hit with bad shit after bad shit after bad shit. And unfortunately, I knew some people that kind of depended on other people. And if those people don't love you or care about you, they always wind up fucking you in the end. They don't wind up screwing you over.
I'm talking about like that's your fault though. But I'm saying if you like a regular adult and you work and you just stay at your job and you might got hobbies and other shit on the side, but if you stay at that job though, eventually you gonna be straight.
If you're smart too, because I know some people just make bad decisions. They're horrible.
A lot of people do. Yeah, a lot of people do. But yeah, I don't get that doing crazy shit over no money. I just no.
Yeah, I never really got it. I kind of did my thing. Things got bad. I had some rough times here or there. Had some better times. You know. And right now, I just try to make the best decision when it comes in. And also, I had kids young too, so I had to not be an idiot. The only diabolical thing I do, but not too often, is order food on DoorDash and then smash it and make the food look messy and take pictures.
Yeah, that's straight though. That's the regular shit.
Yo, you put this shit out. It's evidence now. Them niggas, one of the gangsters gonna be like, yo, hell nah, somebody just did that shit to me. What's his real name? They won't be able to connect you.
Yeah, that shit
only sometimes.
I'm dead.
DoorDash be taxing. They got a fee, then us another fee. You be like, nigga, y'all charge me $8, $16 to deliver my food, nigga.
Yo, you know what I should do? I used to do this shit when I used to do the travel back and from DC on the in the Uber. I would always fire up a live stream and interview the driver and ask them if they're okay with it.
Nigga, I don't know how you ain't been get a whip. I would have hell no. I ain't even.
Well, I'm gonna get one, but before I really didn't need it because I was home. But now they forced us back to the office. I got it.
Even when you was home, I was saying that when you was doing the motorcycle thing, because you've been doing that shit forever. Like,
because I left the car parked for a minute. So like shit, most of the time, Nene would just take that shit. My truck. Yeah, she would take it all the time. And I was like, I'm just not paying for it. I said, let me stack this bread. But then I kept using the bread to help family and shit.
I remember you
Blowing
had
through.
that Durango too, when that shit, the
I love
engine
that
blew.
truck.
That shit was brand
Yeah.
new, wasn't it?
Nah, it was used. It was old.
Alright.
I traded that bitch in, act like nothing was wrong with it. And that motherfucker, I traded that bitch in, and the dude looked at me when I said, "Ain't nothing wrong with it." And then I started it up, and it stopped doing that. See, that's how it normally is.
Mhm.
I don't know what was wrong. I think it blew a rod or something. That motherfucker sounded horrible. But I love that truck.
Yeah, that shit was nice.
I love that
Navy
truck,
blue
man.
shit. I remember that shit. Yeah, I
That was
remember
my
that.
shit.
I was looking at them shits, but I was like, hell no. Hell no. Like they still got V8 engines in some of them shits.
Making V8s? Or the
Yeah,
older
you got the Hemi. Yeah, now the newer ones
want the
too.
Hemi.
They got the brand new shit with the V8, the Hemi. If you get like shit, if you get real big crazy, they got the Hellcat one that's like 100,000. Like the Hellcat Durango, that shit like 100 bands for that shit.
Yeah, I don't know if this shit true. I just saw something came across my new feed. Said R. Kelly sings about missing commissary funds and royalties in his prison remix of Chris Brown's Residuals.
Now I heard he got some music out there. I just never heard none of that shit. I
We
heard
recorded it over the phone because Snoop did part of his album over the phone. He was
a lot of
up.
niggas Shine did an album in jail. A lot of niggas do
Mhm.
that shit. They got some kind of technology that could clear up the phone shit to have it sounding crispy. It's a lot of niggas be doing that shit.
I mean, it's
Doing
the same
albums
technology that goes into Discord. You know how you go onto
Mhm.
Discord and you can do the noise reduction, and it
Is
clears
that
out
what it?
all the white noise. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Right now, this Go XLR is a beast right now because I got a big ass industrial size fan behind me, and if it was on, this might be.
Yeah, I don't hear none of that shit. Yeah, I
None
don't
of
hear
that.
none
That's
of
what
that
I said. Go XLR. Shout out to Go XLR. That's what I'm using soundboard. That and it also has noise cancellation on my Rode Podcaster Pro. It was still pretty crisp on that. But there was some reason I had a little buzz, a tiny buzz. You couldn't really hear it, but I could see it on the levels, like a tiny. Bzzz. I don't know what that was on the road. But I run
on a playback. I be playing it back. I don't be hearing shit.
Yeah. Well, I haven't used the Rode. I unhooked the Rode a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is correct, but the slight little buzz is basically the collection of the white noise that is just constantly reduced. So it's always just going to be there.
All right, that makes sense.
I think that's what it is. That's what I
That
looked
makes
into
sense.
it. I thought that's what it was.
2025, we need a sex robot or a flying hoverboard, and maybe they got sex robots already, Chris.
They
working.
They actually do got that.
Mm-hmm.
They recently just built a full-on sex robot for, I think it went for 2.5 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What type of shit, like dogs?
Dude,
y'all can't go outside and talk to a woman, or just I don't understand that shit.
Well, you know how we were talking about how
is it on Amazon?
It is not. But no, so if you look, you know how you say, we were worried about prenups and stuff like that. It's for men that are super rich that still want a child. So the girls that donate eggs, right?
Yeah.
How they can donate their eggs, they put it into the robot and it can carry the child now.
Oh, that's a real mutant. Like, come on, man. We trying to that shit. See, this where zombies gonna come from. I'm telling you. They playing.
No, that's a new coronavirus.
Man, they been cloning shit because they cloned a goat mad like 20 years ago. So they been cloning shit.
Let me add him to the stage. Look at this. That looked like a real chick right there. At first glance.
From that picture, but you could tell it looked like it looked like a robot to me. Ew, nigga.
I do.
But no,
see, to me, my whole part of interacting with a woman would be the interaction with a woman. Like, I don't like
back and forth.
Yeah, I ain't that dead of a human being. I don't know what's going on with these people, but I ain't with all of that shit. I don't give a fuck how much money I got, and I don't care how much conniving they say women are. None of that shit. Like, I'll just deal with it. Like, it's just a part of life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But no, to go back to the cloning real quick, bro. Did you hear about how they're trying to clone a mammoth?
A woolly mammoth?
Yeah.
A woolly mammoth.
What? Why? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, why?
Modern elephants and DNA they found from mammoth.
Yeah, but why y'all doing that?
And that's not it. You think that's bad? Wait. So some Chinese scientists went to the Antarctic, found a virus they've never seen before. They scooped it out of the ice, thawed it, and saw the reaction to living organisms.
And what did they say? What was the reaction to it?
Oh, they did say what the reaction was. It said that it brought dead organisms back to life.
Oh,
tell me why they started going back to Antarctic and collecting more of this fucking sample.
There was a sample of a bacteria that existed like millions and millions of years ago. That there was a group of people that lived near this tundra. They had that shit in their bloodstream, and those motherfuckers were living like to 115, 120. They were living like a long time.
So that's why they trying to figure out what that shit is.
Elongate lives.
Look, man. This one thing I know about the Earth. When the Earth the Earth hides its own secrets. So when you go digging for shit that you ain't supposed to find, it's gonna fuck you up. Like, stop messing with
no more.
Yeah, stop playing with the Earth. That's where they still trying to. Well, they know where the coronavirus really came from. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, we all know where it came from.
Yeah. You know what I'm
So
saying?
I tried to get the links on OnlyFans and Fansly. I want the free food. I got nothing in return. So the ladies out there,
there's a dude out there that'll be a woolly man.
I feel like he's on the brink of becoming like something else. He's like, I'm just done dating. That's what he's saying right now.
Hell no, I can't.
I never understood the mugs like that would do that shit where people are unconscious and how to try to have relations with an unconscious.
I don't understand. Yeah, like dead. Like you are mentally ill. Like
you talking about necrophilia?
Well, no, not actual,
or just people that be doing essay to women that's passed out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like them to kind of give me something back. I need feedback from what I'm doing.
Ain't no kinda. I need a whole live alert woman. Like what? Like I don't even like because I'm not no heavy drinker. Like
yeah.
So even if I sit with a chick, I like to get nice. I don't want to get sloppy drunk. Like I might have a chance to doubt. Oh, nigga, this nigga
that's
crazy.
Wild.
That's
bro. Wild.
There's some Down syndrome models right now, man, and they out there doing their thing, man. Like there was this one, she was walking with some yoga pants, and Shorty had cake, and she looked back, and she had the crease, and the comments was redunculous. The comment, you said, "She down, I'm down."
I ain't touching
wild.
Hell no, Chris is a legend. That nigga Chris is nuts. That nigga is nuts.
So
man,
let me ask you a question here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Do y'all know how the Japanese created their subway system? Like how they made it so efficient?
No.
So they use mold. They use moss.
Oh, I heard this before.
Yeah. So they put moss on a map of Japan and made it to where moss has the tendency to go to the quickest route to water. So they put droplets in all the major cities, and the moss grew in the quickest routes to each water source.
Mm-hmm.
And they redid their train system to match the moss.
That's genius.
Mm-hmm.
But you know why the Japanese probably knew that? Because they've been on that land for so long.
Yeah, we probably have shit too. The Native Americans.
We just ain't been here we just ain't been here that like Americans ain't been here that long. Like as far as this culture of Americans ain't been here that long. We don't and plus they don't let people really do no archaeology. They don't let people do digging in America for real like that.
Mm-hmm.
They scared of what they gonna find under that ground too. Like,
here's something I didn't know. Do you know that when you buy property, there's legislation passed where you just buy the land. You don't buy the material or the minerals of that land.
Of course.
So So if there's found that there's valuable materials or minerals, a Fortune 500 company could buy it from under you and drill on your land without your permission.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what's going on in the Apache Choctaw Nation right now, right? We have in Nacogdoches, Texas, there is a place called the Priscilla Cemetery. The Priscilla Cemetery used to have I think it's like 100 acres of land, and it's supposed to be a Native American burial land. Well, tell me why the cemetery is only maybe 3 acres now. And yeah, it's only 3 acres now, and there's nothing but houses built on it. And the people that own it also they're trying to fight back against it currently because the land that all the houses are on aren't supposed to be there. They sold the land without the permission of the Choctaw Apache Nation.
That's crazy.
Yo,
shout out Jesse. Thank you for that.
Choctaw Black Indians,
Amazon prescription.
No. No.
I'll show you some Choctaw, and they black out here.
No, Choctaw Apache in the Ebarb, Louisiana tribe.
What's the one in Long Island?
Long Island, I think that's the
not available anymore.
I think that's the Navajo.
That's the one that if I'm not mistaken, I'm telling you, because there's some Choctaw out here and they think they from Long Island. Look that up. Ain't that where Flavor Flav and Old Dirty Bastard people from? Because they say they Choctaw too. If I'm not mistaken. I think
Jesse
that's
Yum.
where I say they from.
Yo, Chris said Jesse Yum's cute as fuck. I like to let her rub vapor rub on me. She said, golly.
This nigga crazy. I know you looking it up, Zen. Did you find it?
So they are called the Shinnecock Indian Nation.
Shinnecock. All right, Shinnecock. I knew it was something like that.
That sounds kinky.
Yeah.
It does sound kinky, don't it?
Ayo, bro, you know who who's a part of their tribe, the Bushes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Flavor Flav, Old Dirty Bastard. They're part of that tribe too.
Yo, who's the Blackfoot?
So Zen, you don't think you one of them people that don't think there was black natives too?
No, there 100% was. I'm not saying there wasn't. There 100% was because
some people don't believe that. Think it was just the red natives. There was black natives too.
No, that's not true because there's also white natives. Because you also gotta think about it because
the Vikings and shit, right?
The Vikings. The Vikings were the first to land. No, it's true. I already told you it's true. I am 51% or 52% Native American and the rest is fucking Viking. That
don't mean because you know everything either. That don't you talking about what's Eric Leifson and them? Eric what's his name?
There's also stories within my tribe of white men landing here first, other than Christopher Columbus.
I've watched like documentaries of evidence. They found Viking shit here from thousands of years, and they've also found Egyptian shit here too.
All right, so what are the Olmec statues? What are those?
I don't know about that.
You don't know what the Olmec statues are?
Tribe Called Quest. Y'all gotta refresh me. Even if I did, I'm old.
Them big heads that was buried in the ground that they found.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, the Easter Island heads.
I don't know where they found. They found them in South America. The Olmec statues. You can look them up.
How do you spell the Olmec?
Olmec. O-L. It's O-L-M-E-C. O-L-M-E-C.
Chris said I'm 50% Sasquatch, 50% Spanish, 50% Sasquatch.
I can believe that.
You got to think if black people, if Africans is the first people, them is the people that populated the planet. They was everywhere before everybody got anywhere.
The
Vikings, anybody like.
So the Olmec civilization, known for its colossal heads, produced monumental stone sculptures, including massive heads carved from basalt. boulders. Okay. So they were in the region of San Lorenzo, La Vinta, and Therese Zampotis. I may have butchered that. Please don't hate
You
me.
good? You good?
Shit, you did better than anybody else.
You know what I'm saying? Putting that college education to work, my boy.
So they are in Mexico. They're not in South America.
Well, Mexico, that's what I'm at.
Yo, this my boy got a Shabba Ranks nose over in this mine.
Them is black people. Them are black people.
Booyaka, Shabba Ranks. Look at them thick ass lips, boy.
Bro, tell me why that looks like Thanos.
They do though.
They definitely look like Thanos. Definitely do, but them are black people.
Well, 100%. But you also got to realize that, the way, if you believe in the tectonic plates, right?
Mm-hmm.
The tectonic plates moved the earth and split the earth many 100,000 million years ago, so however you want to say it. But if you look at it, right? I'm sorry, he cut me off. I'm dead. I saw Easter Island in my cousin's head, and I was like, oh my God.
Yo, I'm telling he got to do open mic. You know them ladies with the necks rings and the long necks can take a glizzy. Just say
I'm dead. But no,
sorry,
like,
Jay, go ahead, man.
No, you're good. You're good. But no, if you think about it, all races were together at one point in time. You can't tell me that all races didn't live in some kind of harmony, because
I don't think races never lived in harmony, my nigga. Never.
Only thing
because I'm gonna tell you why before I let you finish. The reason why they never lived in harmony because most races got racist because they moved to different geographies, they moved to different places. So a lot of these, like the white people was banished in Europe for years, so they were segregated from everybody for thousands of years.
Yeah, I can understand the Crusades now. I'm kidding.
Now, here's something that someone mentioned to me, and I haven't did any research to verify it, but it came from a credible source that even in today's modern man, there are like Neanderthal genes in the modern man, except for African. Yeah, the Neanderthal gene only shows up in Europe. So I think the European modern man and the Neanderthals were commingled.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a gene called, it comes from the ancient people, and they have some medical term for it. I don't remember it right now, but it's where the modern human body represents old human body, right? And basically, there's stories of people that come. You know how your heart has four major arteries?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With some of these people, they only have 3.
Wow.
They come out with only 3. There's some people that have scaly skin. That it looks like their skin is scaly, but it's hard. I can't remember what the disease is called. There's some people that have been reported to have actual tails still.
Yeah, wow. Mad babies born with tails.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But no disrespect, it's really all the babies I seen was white babies.
Yo, just real quick, Chris. I done found. I'm gonna hook you up. No, I'm gonna hook Chris up. This is gonna be Chris' next booth thing.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I knew what was coming up as soon as you said that. I knew. As soon as he said that, I was like, I know what he's popping.
You know what I'm saying, Chris? You think you can handle that?
I know there's an actual meaning behind that, though.
Yeah.
A lot of African. It's an African tribe that does that with the plates on their neck and all that shit too.
I was surprised that this was the only one that came up because there was a bunch of images. Actually, I'm not gonna put them in.
Yeah, but I don't. Zen, I don't never think like races ever lived in harmony ever. I don't believe that.
But well, I kind of believe it a little bit, right? Mainly because, like, if you think about it, we don't see, like, you know how it said that bones turn into fossils, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some of them are fossilized. Well, how come we haven't found like fossilized versions of humans and stuff like that, of dead bodies and stuff like that? But yeah, we find many dinosaur bones. We find many,
they might have been burning them shits back. They probably was burning them shits back in the day because of diseases.
I think that the aliens dropped us off well after.
Nah, but even if let's say the aliens did drop us off, but he even talking about after we got here, there's no
Fossilized.
Yeah, it's probably because a lot of the motherfuckers was getting burnt up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
See,
Especially if you was poor, especially if you was poor, they're just burning your ass up.
See, but now that you bring up aliens, right? Now that you bring up aliens, there were at least 4 civilizations that they know of in different parts of United States, Asia, Europe. There were 4 that they know of for sure. There was the Neanderthals. It was 3 others. Now, if you think about it, with the aliens, right? 2 tribes interbred. They met. They interbred with each other, and both of them were wiped out. There's no evidence of their race even continuing. Nothing.
You mean this is a theory that you speak of?
Yeah, this is a theory. Okay. So what they're thinking, right, is ancient aliens, once they did test subjects to make the best human, and they wiped out those 2 because they interbreded and it ruined their experiment. So they wiped them out.
I could see that, because you need a what do you call it? What do they call it? A clean test study, or yeah, you don't want to.
I don't think we came from no aliens. I just don't like. I think humans always been here.
Well, only reason I think I will agree with that we're foreign to it is that as modern humanity moves on, we behave more like a virus on this planet.
Yeah, but it's not all. It's not as to be quite frank. It's not really all of us moving like a virus, though. All of us ain't sucking up the resource. All of us ain't doing that. It ain't everybody.
No, but
ain't everybody.
We got microorganisms that live on us that are good to us. They help us digest our food. They help keep us healthy as well. So there's going to be a portion of those microorganisms that live in harmony with the host.
It's the smallest group. It's the smallest group of people doing the most cancerous shit. It's basically the white supremacists doing all the not white people. I said white supremacists doing all the damage everywhere.
Okay, I can't.
They stealing all the resources out the ground. It ain't everybody. It ain't because before humans started doing all this factory and this corporate shit, the earth was fine. People was growing. It wasn't all this mass. It was none of this shit. It started coming from business, and business is controlled by the white supremacists. Period. Like, I don't give a fuck what business you in.
So I just want to touch on this real quick. I hear what you're saying. But to touch on what Chris Chaos has just said in the comments, right? He says, "Man, hold up with the gene topic. Explain why I look like the 1986 Batman Penguin." Like,
fuck, man.
So to explain that a little bit, right? You got to realize that the human race has evolved over time. Yes. But there are some genes that are stronger than others. So say you're, don't like take this straight out of context, but say like your grandfather, right, gets with a more modern woman, right? That baby has a 56% chance to come out more like him than it does her, because his genes are a little stronger than hers. Now, if you look at it another way, right? Say 2 older couples get together and they have a surprise child. Now they're gonna have a baby that looks like they were in the 1986. That's why the baby boom. No, but for real, like
baby.
Like, that's why you can tell who's a boomer sometimes, because they have older looking features. They have the curlier hair. They have the older style.
You know what I always thought was,
you know why I don't really, but I'm gonna show you the push. I'm gonna give you some pushback on that, right? A lot of times the women that be having kids when they're younger, they kids be stronger than them old niggas kids.
That's true.
So how could you the genes getting strong? You know what it is? I don't necessarily think that people that's older than us, their genes is stronger. You know what it really was? Times was stronger. So the people had to be tougher.
Stronger
So
people.
times was harder. Yeah. So people had to be tougher.
There
That's
was-
all it is. But I don't genetically, I don't
There
think
was-
they know more stronger. Because if you take a person and put them through as much strife as one of them old dudes had, he gonna be just as hard as one of them old dudes. Like it's just these kids, we spoil our kids, and these kids running around here soft. That's why they soft.
To an absurd degree.
Yeah,
See,
Just
I'm
randomly.
gonna put something in real quick, right?
Mhm.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I didn't come up with this quote. I heard this quote.
Mhm.
My thing is I heard this from my grandfather, and then I heard it online. It said that strong men create weak men. Weak men create strong men. So, you know how you hear those stories from your grandfather that says, "Oh, I had to walk a mile to school," stuff like that.
Mhm.
But now he's driving you to school.
Yeah.
I heard of something very similar. It was like strong men create weak men, and strong men create good times, but weak men create bad times.
Exactly.
That could be true, and it could not be true too, because a lot of times, right? It just depends on how you raising them. You could raise them not to be as tough as you, but they'll still be solid. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't make
can.
as long as a father around, and you know what I'm saying, you teaching them certain shit, they'll still be solid. So that's all they really need to be.
Right, but you also got to remember, they're not going to have. You can still, treat them the same, do the thing, make them come up stronger. But you got to also remember, they're not going to have the same experiences as what you had. They're not going to be in that situation, because what are you going to do as a father? You're going to sit there and keep them from that situation, because you know what happens.
But that ain't. I'm gonna tell you why that ain't true. I'm gonna show you something. My father, right? My father's never been to jail in his life. One time I violated probation in 2022. I was an in and out of jail person. I violated probation in 2022. I bonded out. My father asked me, he said, "Yo, I want to go to court with you to go to court." My father's never been to jail before in his life. I go in the courtroom. The lawyer, I had a paid lawyer, he told me, "Yeah, I got some good news for you, Mr. Clinton. We reinstated your probation." I said, "Man, hell no. Tell them motherfuckers I'll go to jail right now. if they can keep their probation, just give me a flat year in jail, I'll go to jail right now." My father said, "Man, I wouldn't have did that, but I respect you for doing that shit." So that shit ain't necessarily true. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my thing is like, if you had a son, right? He's gonna protect you, but you're old enough to make your decisions. That's the difference. He said that's not what he would do, right? But you did it anyway. That's your decision. He's not going to keep you from making the decision that you think is smart.
But I took what my point is, though, in layman's terms, I'm supposed to be softer than him, but I took in most people's eyes, I took the rougher road.
Yeah.
Right. And that's your decision. That's a road he's never been down. Right? So he hasn't experienced it. But what I'm saying, right, if you had a son and he chose to do another probation, even though he broke it, you would also say the same thing. I wouldn't have done that. I did that. This is what happened. I went to jail.
I would have told him, if he'd have took the second probation, I would have told him, "Look, man, you just fell for the trap, because you're just gonna end up fucking up anyway, and you going to jail anyway."
Exactly.
That's what I would have told him.
There you go. But he made his own decision. I'm not saying that's not going to make him stronger. I'm not saying that's going to make him weaker either. But what I'm saying is, at that point in time, he's making his own decision. He's independent.
Yeah.
And I think everybody kind of has to choose their own path. All you can do at the best hope scenario is to give your kids tools. It brings me back to a brother I worked with. He was an atheist. He started out, well, he was more of an agnostic than an atheist, but he started out as a Bible thumper. He was a Jesus lover, and he went into the military. He had a degree in divinity. He was going to be a chaplain. Somewhere through his military travels, he became an atheist. And then when we were talking to him, he had a wife and young boys. His boys went to church every Sunday with his wife. Sometimes he would go with them, sometimes he didn't. And they asked him and said, "Well, you're a hypocrite." He said, "Why so?" He said, "Because you don't believe in anything, but you're still letting your kids go to church. He said, well, my path led me to be who I am, and I'm not ashamed of the person I began. I began my humble beginnings in the church and learning right from wrong from the teachings of the Bible. I want my kids to make their own decisions. I don't want to force my decision on them.
Facts.
And see, that brings it. That kind of brings it back to the shaman version, right?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of brings it back to the shamanistic and stuff, and even priests, right? Priests aren't, I'm going to say this and it's going to be kind of controversial, but priests aren't supposed to, sit there and be like, oh, well, God's the only God, right? Mm-hmm. The entire part of a priest or priestess's job is to guide you down the path you feel most drawn towards. So if you sit down and you tell someone, hey, I'm being pulled towards the Nordic gods, right? The Norse mythology. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you say, hey, I hear calling from them. I hear stuff. They're supposed to sit down with you and be like, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and find some actual knowledge behind this and see if you still, while knowing what happened and how they came to be and the rituals, let's see if you still believe in them afterward. Let's go down this path. You pray to them, do their rituals, and if you still feel so strongly, keep praying. Do that, because religion wasn't supposed to be about war and stuff like that. It was supposed to be it was supposed to be something that everybody has hope for.
Facts.
Everything is hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. They turn humans turn religion into war. Like they started warring in the Middle East and all them other places. Like
there's a controversial topic I would talk to you guys after we get offline. I'm not gonna say it on here because it'll piss a lot of niggas off.
Sometimes, man, I'll be like, man, sometimes let them bombs fly. Sometimes,
well, sometimes I would, but it's saying something about some people that can't take a joke.
Okay.
and it's some honest shit, and it literally would make some of them try to kill me.
Yeah,
the thing about it is like I've read the Bible. My great grandmother and my grandmother.
I did too. I read it too.
I haven't read it from cover to cover since I was a kid, so I have to
same here. My great grandmother and my grandmother were very religious, so they had me read the Bible every night. They'd tell me which chapter, and then they would tell me to read the whole thing afterward. So I've read the Bible. I'm not saying it's 100% true, but if you read it, it's mainly about people that were slaves in a hard time, and they needed some form of hope.
Facts.
That they could leave.
That's what all the stories is about. People that was up that needed hope for real. All the stories in there.
So I'm not saying Moses wasn't real. I'm not saying he was, but all I'm saying is that it was a man that led the slaves to freedom. He got. I see
why Zen ass don't come on camera too. I say after, but yeah.
Oh no, I don't even show my face on my YouTube.
Yeah, that's good. That's good streamer. Money. Nah, I get it though. Nah, that makes sense though, because your other shit, your occupation and shit.
Yeah, I have to really save my face because like all the jobs I take. Like I used to be a correctional officer. Some of the things I say and stuff like that could be like controversial within my job. And
where was you a correctional officer at? Like what state? Not to like
Texas. Oh no, shit. I don't mind. I was a I lost that job since I had a stroke at the beginning of the year.
Oh shit! Yeah. Hold on a second. I got some black people shit going on. My fire alarm's going off. I'll be right back.
Good. But I'm listening though.
I was a correctional officer, and I think it was Harrison County, Hudson, and I worked at the East Texas Correctional Facility, and when I was working there, it was both female and male. It was and it was for some of the people that like it was minor things like DUI, stuff like that.
It was like a camp basically.
Kind of. But it's really the thing about it is some people will request it and the judges don't send them because it's not like
it's like a luxury. Yeah, it's a camp. It's like the reason why I'm calling it a camp, because if you're a real jailer, that's what we call like shit like that is like a camp. Like guarantee
Now,
you
another place I worked at, right?
Mm-hmm.
I transferred to the wall unit, the maximum security wall unit.
That sounds like some shit.
So the wall is another one, and I can't remember where it was. God, I just drove there. I didn't care. It was a job. But no, it was full of people that it was people that are death row and stuff like that. So like you had to not show fear as a correctional officer because they smelled it. They smell everything.
Yeah, they do.
When people say, "Oh, how do they smell fear?" Bro, I tell you, they smell it. They can tell when you're scared.
You got to think when you in jail, right? You ain't got nothing to do but watch people body language. It's life or death in there, so that's how you survive. You watch people that's scary. That's how you take advantage of scary people. If they come in there looking scary, that's how they know.
And
I had a circumstance where I was working in my current field, and we were dealing with cats. We were pulling them from the prisons and transferring them in because they had to, they go bye-bye. They had to leave after they did their time. And we had some dudes that been locked up for like 20 years. And they were like bullying cats. If you didn't look like you knew your shit, they were in your face. I literally opened up the cell, like the cage where all the people were. This motherfucker steps into my face. Like he could do that. I put both my fingers in the middle of his chest and push him back. I said, get the fuck out of my face, bro. What's your problem?
See, but that's the thing, right? That's how they first tell fear, right? Mm-hmm. But my thing is, they don't. Once you show that you don't have fear and you know what you have your grounds, you know what you're doing, bro. They show you the utmost respect.
Yeah,
especially if you ain't acting like an asshole, they gonna definitely respect you.
Oh yeah, no, bro. That's what I didn't get. I worked in the correctional field for about a year, only a year. And tell me why I watched so many people come in as a correctional officer and treat these guys like shit. I'm like, they've already been convicted. Yes, they know they're criminals.
Right.
They know they did wrong. They are here serving their sentence. Yes, maybe against their will, but they're here.
A senior officer that was training me when I was young in the game, because I started in corrections too. And that motherfucker told me, he said, listen, if you're an asshole all the time, what are you going to threaten them with? And he said, you already have situational authority. You already have authority just for the uniform in your position. The other authority you lead is what you exude and how you lead and how fair you are and how much you respect. He said, I recommend you respect people until it's time not to. So everybody that I talked to was sir, ma'am, and this, even inmates. Hey, gentlemen, I need you to do this. And wanted to do, I was a brand new rookie, right? I'm in Whaley Ave in New Haven. I was like, all right, gentlemen, thank you guys for helping me. I need you guys to lock up. One of the dudes said, I ain't never been called no gentleman in jail, nigga. I kind of want to lock up now, guys. Let's go. He was being funny. That nigga had me rolling.
Yeah, they don't expect it. It's the oddest thing, right? When somebody comes in and actually starts respecting them, and I walked up to somebody and I was like, yo, sir, I need you to go to your prison. I need you to go to your cell. It's time to lock up. It's nighttime. It's time, I want to go home. And I told him that. I was like, it's time to lock up. I want to go home. I got to do my count and then I can leave. And he was like, did you just call me sir? He looked at me and I was like, yeah, I called you sir. I mean, are you different? Do you identify as something else? Tell me why this dude started dying laughing when I said, do you go by something else?
That's funny.
In this day and age, you never know, boy. You never know.
But
I might go by see her.
He stood up and he complied. He was like, hey, I respect it. Thank you for calling me sir. At least, I don't get none of that. I just get told to go myself.
See, prison, the worst place to be is probably with the young, the kids, like not the kids, like the young, because they ain't respecting shit. They don't give a fuck about that sir shit or none of that. It'd be like once you go to prison with the older dude, you respect them, it's gonna be easy sailing.
Yeah. So like that's another thing, right? We had young people coming all the time because, like I told you, it was a DUI,
Yeah.
drug use. It was a lot of stuff like, DWI, stuff like that coming in, and it was mainly, young people.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Tell me what.
no, finish what you got to do. We got to catch up on these Chris Chaos comments. That boy is.
Oh Lord.
Please finish though.
But no, like the young people when they come in, they would act like they're hot shit, and then like a month later, I'd walk in and they're completely silent. And I'm like, I know they got their ass whooped. But there's no evidence of it. That's the thing. I can't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But
the old heads put them in place. That's how that
exactly
works. Yeah,
I was
gotta do nothing to the jail. The jail gonna handle that shit for real.
I had brand new in Whaley, and they called out this cat. They heard that there was a fight. Somebody snitched. They threw a kite.
Oh shit!
The dude came out. My boy obviously was disheveled. He's sitting there talking. He got dirt all over him. His face is kind of roughed up. They said, "Yeah, we heard you was in the fight. I don't know where you heard that from. I ain't been in no fight. You look kind of beat up, brother." Nah, man, I fell. And then that nigga turned around and walk away. This nigga had footprints on his back.
That's how you gotta do that shit though. Like that shit is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, but the nastiest part of my job, right? The nastiest part that I hated doing every time.
Oh, the search.
We had to do the search.
Oh,
the thing is in the units where they're elevated, they got floor on top of floor on top of floor. You have to search the toilet. I hated doing that with the life, even with gloves on. I hated doing that because they came up with a little thing because they get paper clips now, right? They can sometimes get shit. And they hang shit right in the little unit, and it's like with a very thin wire they made out of floss, so you can't really see it. So you have to take your finger across and like go all the way around.
Yeah, jail is a nasty place.
See, that would be dangerous too, because if they really wanted to and didn't give a fuck, they put blades in there and you would rub your face. It's like shit open.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the times whenever you put your finger down there and you felt you'd have to go real slow, because if you felt something sharp, you're supposed to stop and pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
They did that to the beds too. I had one dude that came in, new guy right off the bus, right? And he was a correctional officer. He thought he was all hot shit. So he did his bunk shirt. He did his bunk search. He ran his whole palm underneath the bunk. Next thing I hear is him screaming. I'm like, what the hell? So I go running. I walk over, tell me why I see this man's hand cut all the way open.
Man, playing games, man.
You know what's fucked up?
Blades everywhere in there.
They'd have smeared some shit on that blade too.
Yep. If that shit get inside the wound, you could die like that.
Oh, definitely.
100%.
Yeah, they see jail. That's the one thing. And the thing, jail, they know everything. Like they know you could boil baby oil. If you boil baby oil and throw it on somebody, that should peel your skin right off.
You know what was crazy is they actually stopped. They took baby oil off of commissary because of that.
Yeah. When I was in there, we still was getting baby oil and shit like that.
I watched a video of them squirt some shit on a dude, set him afire. Yeah. He was a Latin king that did a hit that was unsanctioned on another person. So they went after him and they showed him the people, like it was weird. They was squirting something in there. And all of a sudden you saw a big light and they backed up and then they all ran. And then they showed that dude in the infirmary, all of his skin peeling off of him.
Yeah.
He was all fucked up. He died of infection.
I'm telling you, they know all that shit in jail. Trust me, they know all that shit in jail.
The worst thing I would say that they put on the blades at the prison I worked at was K2.
Oh, I ain't know they do K2. That's some new shit.
They put K2 on the blades, and if it scratched you, you'd get the high and stuff like that, because it'd get in through the wound and your blood system would carry it.
Yeah, them K2 highs is the scariest shit I ever seen in my life.
Dude flailing around on the floor.
Yeah, like a fish. That shit is
Like a fish.
terrifying.
And the dude was recording it with his phone. Like this nigga was
They
supposed
always recording it. Yeah, they nobody helping them niggas. Nobody. That shit is
look at this shit.
terrifying.
You can't do talking. Look at this shit right here. You can't make this shit up. Look at this nigga. He's kirking out. Look at him. I was like, nigga, you commentary. This dude
That
freaking
shit is
out.
terrifying.
That dude was just rubbing his ass all around the floor. It was just crazy. I was like, yo, that nigga probably. I don't know if he lived.
See, the scariest part within my job that I would say, it wouldn't even be the people. It wouldn't be the, I wasn't scared about getting stabbed. I've been stabbed millions of times before. I've been shot. The scariest thing for me was people that are completely mentally broke in prison. Like the ones that went to prison, their minds broke, and they went back to being like full on primal. I found a dude throwing his own shit.
Oh yeah, it gets to that. Yeah, you see people lose their mind and definitely get like that. A lot of that in jail. A lot of that's people I grew up with and lost their mind. I done seen them in jail talking to themselves, all kind of shit.
See, that was the scariest part for me. That was like at any point in time somebody could break and they just go on a rampage. They kill other people in the cell. That was the wildest thing.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The people that you think that were their best friends, they just completely start killing everybody.
Dude,
I was like, bro.
When I was one of the training officers I had, his name was Officer Williams. He has to be long retired. When I started in the DOC, I was only like 22, 23 years old, maybe 24. Yo, this motherfucker, he would tell me all the time. He said, listen, a motherfucker popping off at the mouth, being all loud, most of the time you ain't got to worry about him. He said that one motherfucker that you know is mad at you and they don't say shit. He's the one that will bust your shit wide open. That's
he
the one
saying shit because he's trying to figure out how to get to you for real. Like,
yo, I remember one time we had this dude. It was a Spanish dude that I had to move to another cell, and he had a bottom bunk. So the cell I had to move him to, he had a top bunk, and that nigga didn't want to move. And he was like, no English, no English. And so I called control. I said, hey, listen, this motherfucker don't speak English. Can I get a translator? Somebody that speaks Spanish? He's like, I'm gonna send Williams. I said, Williams speak Spanish? Nah, he gonna take care of it though. He'll be there. Williams came in with a fucking fistful of black bags from the pack of shit. He go, hey, move your shit. No English. He threw the bags, hit him in the face and in the chest. Fucking seg, you comprende that, asshole? I moved.
yeah, exactly.
I'm dead. The funniest part of prison for me was like honestly the cafeteria line had to be, because for our unit we had to have 4 people in the room, or no, 5. One for the scanner, because everybody comes by and scans their ID now. You don't have to put in your number and shit like that. So like 1 on the scanner, 1 at the door at the hallway, 1 at the cafeteria, so they'll grab 2 trays because they're only allowed 1 tray. 1 inside the cafeteria, so they don't, you're not allowed to give your tray to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1 at the exit to control traffic. The funniest part was every time I was on the scanner, I have a wide view. Like I have a good peripheral. Every single time I was at that scanner, some motherfucker would try to sneak by in the corner. And I would just laugh my ass off because I'd be like, what do you think you're doing? And
trying to sneak by for what though? What they trying to sneak by and do?
Because if they can sneak by me, if they get by me, they can basically get a tray, sit down, eat, and then go back around.
Oh, and get another tray.
Tray.
Oh yeah.
Dude, here's what this, when I was in Whaley Avenue, when we would come on for the evening shift, it was at mealtime, right? So as soon as you would come in, you need to do your security check, then the meal carts come up, then you pop your orderlies that's gonna give out the meals. Why did we have a rookie that let the fucking orderlies give all the trays to 1 tier? All the tray, everybody in there had 3-4 trays.
And that nigga was super stupid.
They ain't had no food for the rest of the, so he had to call, hey, we short, and I mean, those orderlies got fired, but still, you know, you was already taught to watch. Count the trays, make sure you got enough for the count.
You remember what they had that night?
I don't remember, but I know that
if it was certain nights, niggas would have probably
Oh yeah.
You know how I get in there? What it was certain nights,
There
like
were
if
fights
it was
over food, bro.
But if it be certain nights, like they don't care about the slop nights, but if it be one of them nights, you get
good nights with some good food.
Yeah, man.
It might have been one, but I know that I watched that shit. I watched it as soon as the trays come up. I ain't even fuck what they say. I counted them bitches, made sure I have right, and I even told them. I told the orderlies, I said, all right, I'm a rookie, right? And y'all know I'm gonna get written up if y'all fuck this shit up. But guess what? If y'all fuck it up, they gonna eat your food because I'm gonna give them your shit.
That's how you got.
So I know how many counts we got. I know how many trays we got. I know how many bodies we got. Don't fuck me over. Ah, man, we ain't on that bullshit. I was like, just don't fuck me over. I'm just telling you this.
I'm dead. No, so like
we still got.
I don't know if you know this,
big bag.
They took away isolation units, right? They're no longer to call it isolation cells. You can't say that anymore.
You can't say like segregation or
no.
What in the cold country or just where you at?
And where he was
where I was at. You're not allowed to call them you're not allowed to call them isolation cells or put him in a cell by himself. They now have renamed it to the restrictive housing unit.
That's some old political shit.
Exactly.
Shit. But is it the same
shit? Same shit, different name. But the thing about it is they are all by themselves in certain cells, right? And they get their trays through a little hole in the wall, and they grab their trays and shit like that. Tell me, I understand some people are a little challenged. I can understand that. But tell me why this man is going to sit here after I just handed him his tray. He sits there, eats his tray, looks through a window and say, hey, I never got my tray. And each cell has one bed. Each single cell has a bed. Only one bed. I looked into his window. I looked to the right and the left. I was like, you got somebody else in the cell I don't know about? Because I know you worked
before.
That's fucking hilarious.
That stupid ass shit probably worked for him before, like
with the right rookie.
Yeah, with the right rookie, that shit might have
like
worked before. Like,
see,
Jella try anything.
I know, and it's crazy. And they try the stupidest things, and then they try to get smart about it because it's the same trick, different style, right? It's crazy.
I did some grimy shit one time where it wasn't really grimy. The dude was really disrespectful, and he was talking all sorts of cash shit to me. And he had a visit and shit, and he was nice to me all of a sudden when he knew he had a visit. And the control called me and let me know he had a visit. So I popped the tier, walked down to his cell. This was before he started being nice. I walked to tell him he had a visit, and he looked at me and, the fuck you want, bitch ass nigga? And I go, nothing. Keep walking. Then I went back. Control call. Yo, where this nigga at? So I don't know. I told him he had a visit. I just walked up to his cell. He said, tell that motherfucker if you don't come down here in 5 minutes and I'm gonna send his people, I'm gonna send them out. I'm gonna send them packing. So I popped the thing, went back down the tier, looked in there, and he was kind of being nice then. So what's up? Nothing. And I walked away, didn't say shit to him. And then he called me. He came out and asked me, he's like, yo, CO, my mom's and them was here to visit me. You didn't tell me. I said, yes, I did. I came up to your cell. I said, you know who wouldn't have told you? A bitch ass nigga wouldn't have told you had a visit.
That's fucked up.
I'm dead.
That's fucked up. Like, I can't even laugh at no shit like that because I was a nigga in the cell. Like, that's fucked
Fuck
up.
That nigga. He was disrespecting me. I was nothing but respectful to him.
That nigga might have been having a bad day, man.
He had an even worse day. Guess what he never did to me? Call me a bitch ass nigga again.
That's fucked up,
you were a CO, right?
He would tell me how to do my job. And I told him, I said, listen, I already know how to do my job. I got the pamphlet. All I need to do is make sure you don't die or escape. I do all my rounds. I watch you. All I need you to do is what the fuck I say when I need you to do it. Other than that, we good. I said, I don't disrespect you. Why you got to disrespect me? Because we had that talk. He was like, all right, I got you. And then another dude was across there and said, bet you won't be a bitch ass nigga no more, nigga. But the thing was, yo, I was so, and I that's why I said that's kind of fucked up what I did, because he probably was looking for that visit. But there was also another nigga. We went in there and we used to always talk shit. So since I talk shit to him, he could talk shit to me. I ain't never say nothing back. We would just throw dozens. And one day he came and I said, yo, what's up, motherfucker? And he go, and walked away. And a dude came up to me. We called him Brooklyn. He was from New York. He was like, yeah, that nigga just got a life sentence today.
It's blue trial. Yeah, blue trial. Niggas don't be wanting to talk to nobody, nigga. What?
I was like, word? He said, yeah, he not the one to play with right now. I say, good looking, man. I appreciate it.
I'm dead.
Yo,
so you were a correctional officer, right?
A couple different scenarios, yeah.
All right. So the major thing I hated about the job was whenever they had rec time. I hated that. You have 10 motherfuckers out in the yard and you have to have each one stripped down to their undies. And they, at that time, damn well, they all got jokes. Oh, you like looking at us? You like seeing this? Bro, dude. I hated that.
See, the good CO just ignoring. They ain't really looking for real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I got a shout out. Go ahead.
Sorry, go for the shout out.
No. You finish your story because the shout out could come after this.
All right. So I had one dude. I'm not really looking anyway, but I had one dude say it while I'm looking away from him, looking for his ID. He goes, "Oh, you like looking? You like what you see?" And I was like, "Bro, if I liked what I see, I would take you back to your cell already. But I don't like what I see, so you're gonna stay out here for about another hour." And it was a hot day. I mean, hot. It was in the middle of summer, bro. There was no wind. It was livid. Everybody wanted to go back in.
Mad as hell.
I had a brother that was he was a CO that a dude I was in with the army with. He was a CO in Connecticut in the max security prisons, and it was the shit they had called jailhouse maracas, where when the COs would come and look in their cell, they drop trial and have they pistol and maracas out and slap them side down. Jailhouse maracas. So they would do that all the time. So my friend, who was a bit overzealous, we was in the army. He decided to introduce the jailhouse maracas to the army.
Oh no.
So motherfuckers would be asleep, wake up, look back, and motherfuckers got whole grapes and berries out slapping jailhouse maracas.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Some of these motherfuckers in the army with, they wasn't right, but you knew that they had your back 100%. They do weird shit.
Crazy as hell.
One thing I never do, I don't horseplay. I already know I could get hurt or somebody gonna hurt me. I never did the horseplay shit.
Too many people I know die horseplaying in the street. That's why I never did all that wrestling and shit. I don't play like that.
I don't fuck with it.
That always turns serious.
One of our cousins, he was a big dude. He was only 16. That motherfucker was like 6'1" already, and he wanted to wrestle with me because he thought I was tough. It was at Carolina. I can't remember the nigga's name. It's just fucked up.
Damn, can't remember his name. That's
and he's my cousin. He our relative too, and we charted to wrestle. And I was like, "All right, motherfucker, you want to wrestle? Let's wrestle. Fuck it." And they're looking at me like, Mark and them was looking at me like, "Oh shit, this is motherfucking right. He don't horseplay for nothing." Mm-hmm. So we set up, and that nigga started to come in. And I tickled the nigga and he go, and I put him in the chicken wing. It was rolling. Everybody fell.
I'm pretty sure you had everybody dead.
That's funny as hell, bro.
Yo, I tickled his ass. Everybody fell out. They was rolling. They was like, yeah. He said, come on, let's do it again. Nah, man, you had your chance, bro. You lost, man. That's it.
We got to be at the witching hour. That shit gonna take forever to upload.
Oh, okay, yeah. We should wrap this up soon. Yo, we gotta get through Chris's comments though.
Yeah, go through the go through the comments.
Read them all.
Yeah.
So we got the first one up here. That was my uncle told me some women are busy in the street. Some massive jungle depends on whether you got patience to explore the wilderness or hang out with everyone else on a busy street. Was that in regards to like her having like not shaved downstairs?
That's a
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's hit this. Jesse hit us up and said I might be smoke. Okay, I might be too small. Oh, there's another show we're gonna watch. Jesse's my homie. I watch shows with her in Discord. Okay, we got her. Those are meant for me. I'm gonna eat Chinese food. I need some Chinese food too. Just I read all of this earlier.
Right now, for real.
Me, preacher. I pulled out towards the cemetery, and the goth girl. What is it? In the hot goth girl. What I do. See, I don't even know what that one came from. We got to read Chris's shit right in the heat of the moment because this motherfucker, this shit's all relevant to the conversation.
Had that golly strap on him, aka the staff.
I'm dead.
So, I ain't never been, you gangster though, Zen. I ain't never been stabbed or shot, and I like to keep it that way.
Yeah, me neither.
Bro,
I've been shot at a lot when I was younger.
I've been stabbed 5 times and I've been shot twice.
Man,
I had a bad past. Let's just say that I was running with the bad crowd.
Nah, I get it.
True story to jail. Brothers Hudson over the cough and Tory do not pass. I collect $200.
I'm fucking dead.
Yo, we gotta start right. Yo, Chris, you gonna have
that shit funny as hell, nigga.
One of these days I'm gonna call this nigga. I had his phone number for years. I ain't never call him. I only text this dude.
Why the fuck haven't you gotten him on the line? That's what I want to know.
Yo, he's gonna come when I guess when he's ready. He's gonna be tired of typing, so he's gonna have to get up in here.
Bro, you just gotta work it the right way.
My phone number. Yeah. I remember the conversation we were having during that time. Oh shit, we already down. Oh, does this ninja pose? They talk about hot shit and fart. Someone sounds like my size. You know the what do you call it? Until the second start yelling guard. I remember that conversation. Guard. That comedian that does those skits on Instagram. It was like, hey there, boy. How you doing?
Never see that shit.
We'll play some later. Just throw them a hand, the PB&J sandwiches. All right, rock. You knock someone else out. You know you was in jail. You know you was fat in jail when they give you a salad for lunch. I was angry.
I'm dead.
Yo.
True story though.
Man, let us big backs live. Let us big back live. That's what I told people my internet name was Julian Blaq. No, Big Back Julian Blaq. Because I like snacks. I mean, it's tuna casserole, mayo, pasta, crushed up Doritos, ranch. Yo, I had this person I followed on YouTube. Them motherfuckers would do jailhouse food, like make it outside of jail. Some of that shit was fire, though. I ain't gonna lie. It looked good as fuck.
I like the hot
think
Cheeto
a lot
ramen.
of this shit in jail be good, but if you think out of jail, that shit gotta be excellent out of jail. You got all the shit that you really need.
Change the name of the done line. Don't. I think we might have lost Chris because he ain't talking no more. Hold up. I got more old dudes from America. Okay, let's do this. I got more old dudes from America. Me just chilling with the Spanish dudes, waiting to get deported. All their families.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
No, I have a fucking horror story that happened in, like, it's not really a horror story to me. My favorite was when the dude that go to court and they get out and come back mad as fuck and go under the blanket. Don't be them niggas that got those big sentences. Okay, quick story. I was working for ICE in Hartford, right? And we picked a girl up, pregnant girl from Danbury, Connecticut, back when the main prison was women. The inmates lied to her so much she was getting deported. Now, what happened over there? They had a person in the accounts department. The only people who could get all of their money in cash was deportees. She knew they needed the money in cash to go home. So she would actually go above the amount of released dollars and then send the residuals as max she could. She'd give it to all the girls. This chick spent all her money and gave all her money to commissary to the other inmates, thinking that immigration was going to steal her money. So she's pregnant with no money, getting released, and her man didn't have shit set up for her to get home. So she was going to have to go either get released, because we don't try to house pregnant chicks, right, get released, and or try to stay in ICE custody, but they were going to release her. We wound up getting her set up, and I felt so bad. I had actually went to the ATM, and my boy went to the ATM. We gave her like 40, like I gave her like 20, he gave her 20, and we gave her money so she could buy food, and her husband wound up getting her a bus ride home. And then we didn't have no petty cash to give her shit. We just felt bad. We're not gonna leave a pregnant bitch hungry. Right. You know, she's got a baby. We got to give her. You know, that shit got back to the inmates. So now everyone knew, okay, ICE gonna take care of you. Don't worry about it. Don't spend all your money here too. Make sure you leave with
I think that'll be the last time. What the fuck? Yeah. You about to starve. The next motherfucker to try that shit would have starved out that bitch.
No, she didn't do it on purpose. She was literally
not her, but the next motherfucker. I know you doing that shit on purpose. Like,
we ain't got enough.
About to starve. You about to be hungry.
You know, but hey, listen, on that note, we're gonna start wrapping this joint up. Shout out to Chris Chaos, shout out to Megan, shout out to Jesse.
Hit the end shit from now, because you know that shit take long.
You're but yo, shout out, yo, much love, yo, thank you, Zen, for hanging with us. I'll see you when I see you. Hard
wave, Murray's. First you wanna ride a wave, Murray's. Remy in the handy in the loud is the reason why I'm so blurry.